The man of your dreams will find you if you understand these 5 keys. We live in a world where love is often misunderstood, a world that tells you to chase, to force connections, to settle for less than what your heart truly deserves. But I stand before you today to remind you that the man of your dreams will find you if you embrace 5 powerful keys. These keys don't require you to run faster or change who you are. They require you to become the most radiant, authentic version of yourself. Cultivate unshakable self-love and confidence, ladies and gentlemen. If there's one powerful truth every person must embrace before they can attract the kind of love they truly deserve, it is this: you cannot pour from an empty cup. Cultivating unshakable self-love and confidence is not just a nice idea. It is the very foundation upon which a fulfilling and enduring relationship is built. The man of your dreams will not complete you, he will complement you. And to embrace that kind of partnership, you must already be whole. Self-love is often misunderstood. It is not vanity, nor is it selfishness. Self-love is about recognizing your God-given worth. It's about understanding that you are a unique creation with strengths and talents that make you who you are. It is the quiet, powerful acknowledgement that you matter not because someone else says so, but because it is already true. But let me make something very clear: no one can make you feel worthy if you don't first believe that you are. Confidence doesn't come from a relationship status. It comes from the deep knowing that you already have everything you need to thrive within yourself. When you love yourself, you walk taller, you speak with more assurance, you set boundaries with grace. You no longer look for someone to fill an empty space inside you, because you are already at peace with who you are. That is why cultivating self-love is so vital as you wait for the man of your dreams. It's not a waiting that is passive or filled with fear. It's an active preparation, preparing your heart, your mind, and your spirit to receive what is truly meant for you. How do you do that? You begin by treating yourself the way you would want someone else to treat you. Speak kindly to yourself, nourish your body and soul, pursue your passions, set goals that light a fire in your heart. Be proud of your achievements, both big and small. Every kind word you say to yourself is a brick in the strong foundation of self-love, and this confidence you build will naturally spill over into every area of your life. When you believe in yourself, you stop tolerating disrespect and mistreatment. You won't chase someone who doesn't recognize your value, and you won't settle for someone who cannot match your energy. Instead, you will attract someone who meets you at your level, someone who is just as sure of himself as you are sure of yourself. That kind of partnership is built on mutual respect. It is built on a shared understanding that 2 complete, self-assured people can come together and create something beautiful. The magnetism of self-love is powerful. When you cultivate that kind of inner confidence, you emit an energy that cannot help but draw the right person to you. And remember, this confidence is not perfection. Confidence is the willingness to embrace all of who you are, including your flaws and fears, knowing that you are still worthy of great love. It is standing up after you stumble. It is knowing you deserve kindness, especially from yourself. It is the gentle but fierce voice inside you that reminds you to never shrink for someone else's comfort. There will be days when your self-love wavers. There will be days when doubt tries to creep in, when you compare yourself to someone else or wonder if you are enough. On those days, I want you to practice a radical kind of gentleness toward yourself. Speak to yourself as you would a dear friend, with patience, compassion, and encouragement. Remind yourself that you have survived every challenge up to this point, and that you are more than capable of thriving again. And here is a powerful secret: the more you love yourself, the more your capacity to love others expands. A heart that is full of self-acceptance cannot help but pour that acceptance into those around you. The right partner will not feel burdened by your self-love. They will feel inspired by it. They will admire your strength and admire that you know your own worth. This kind of self-love will also give you discernment. It will help you recognize when someone is genuinely good for you and when someone is not. It will help you say no to those who cannot appreciate the treasure they hold and say yes to those who treasure you in return. So as you wait for the man of your dreams to appear, and make no mistake, he will focus on becoming a woman who loves herself fiercely. Stand in front of the mirror and see more than your reflection. See a soul that is beautiful, powerful, and deserving. Speak to yourself with the softness and strength that you would offer to someone you love most. Nourish your talents. Take care of your mind and body. Cultivate a life that is so fulfilling that whoever joins you must rise to that same level. Your self-love will be the light that guides him to you. It will be the silent call that draws him in. Because at the end of the day, the most magnetic thing you can do is to be unapologetically, confidently yourself. And when the right man steps into your life, someone who sees you clearly and loves you wholly, you'll already know you are enough. You will embrace him without losing yourself. You will share your life without losing your light. And together, you will build a future rooted in respect, admiration, and profound mutual confidence. That is the power of cultivating unshakable self-love. It is the first key to unlocking the extraordinary love that you deserve. Hold your standards high and never settle, ladies and gentlemen. If there is one life-changing decision you must make as you navigate relationships and pursue the future you deserve, it is this. Hold your standards high and never settle. Too often, we are told to make ourselves smaller, to accept less, to believe that asking for too much will leave us with nothing at all. But let me remind you of a truth you cannot afford to forget. What you want is not too much, it is exactly what you deserve. When we talk about holding high standards, it's not about creating an impossible list of superficial traits. It is about honoring your self-worth. It is about refusing to give someone access to your heart if they have not shown they deserve that place. Standards are the walls around the most valuable treasure you possess, your inner self, your heart, your time, and your energy. Don't leave the gate wide open for just anyone who knocks. Require that they rise to meet you. Settling is one of the most subtle yet destructive things we can do to ourselves. It happens when we fear that if we wait too long, we'll end up alone. It happens when we believe the lie that this is as good as it gets, or when we tell ourselves that red flags are simply quirks that we can live with. Settling is what steals your joy, dampens your dreams, and drains your light, one small compromise at a time. Never forget that you deserve a partner who honors you fully, someone who respects your ambitions, celebrates your strengths, supports your growth, and cherishes your softness. Holding your standards high means recognizing that you deserve someone who is emotionally present and consistent, someone who can offer commitment without hesitation and integrity without excuses. This is the baseline, not a bonus. When you raise your standards, you will attract someone who appreciates your value. The right man will never be threatened by a strong, self-assured woman who knows what she deserves. Instead, he will rise up to meet her there. Standards do not scare away the worthy, they scare away those who were never equipped to appreciate you. And that is a blessing in itself. Let us talk about patience for a moment. Holding your standards high requires patience and trust. Trust that what is meant for you will never pass you by. Trust that God is preparing someone who matches your heart, someone who doesn't require you to shrink, apologize, or hide any part of who you are. Patience is not passivity. It is an active belief that you are worthy of the very best, and you will wait for nothing less. You might look around and feel pressure to conform to society's timeline or to accept the first offer that comes your way. But never forget that your value doesn't decrease just because someone cannot see it. Be proud of every boundary you hold. Be proud of every time you choose not to settle. Every no you speak is making space for a stronger, more aligned yes that is on its way. And when you do meet someone, do not be so eager to please that you give up the very things that matter most to you. Do not silence your voice to keep the peace. Do not shrink your ambitions to fit into someone else's version of who you should be. The right partner will never ask you to put your light under a basket. They will help you shine even brighter. If you ever feel yourself wondering if your expectations are too high, take a moment to reflect on your heart. Would you want your future daughter to accept less than she deserves? Would you want your best friend to give her energy to someone who can't appreciate or value? Treat yourself with the same protective love you would offer those you care most about. Let that be your standard, and remember this: holding your standards high is not about perfection. It is about choosing someone who is perfect for you, someone who truly respects you and adds to your life rather than takes away. It is about refusing to chase after someone who cannot hold your heart with gentle hands or appreciate the treasure that you are. You deserve someone who will grow with you, who will celebrate your wins, and who will encourage you to aim even higher. Someone who will see your strength as a gift, not a challenge. Someone who matches your energy, your devotion, and your commitment. And if that person is not here yet, that is okay. Stand firm, stand taller. Keep working on yourself. Invest in your passions, embrace your purpose, and surround yourself with people who uplift you. Every day you refuse to settle is a day you honor your future self. Every day you hold your standards is a day you say to the world, I am worthy, I am valuable, and I am willing to wait for someone who sees me the way I see myself. Your standards are not walls to keep people out, they are a bridge to call the right one in. So hold them high, hold them proud, never ever settle, because you deserve a love story that is nothing less than extraordinary. And when that story unfolds, you will look back with a heart full of gratitude, knowing that you stood firm in yourself, worth, trusted the process, and held out for someone who was truly meant for you. Alive a passion, fueled and purpose-driven life. We only have one life, one grand, beautiful, unpredictable adventure. And the most powerful thing you can do with this precious life is to live it fueled by passion and guided by purpose. Too often, we drift through our days on autopilot, going through the motions without truly feeling alive. But if you want to draw someone who is worthy of your love into your life, you must first ignite a fire within yourself. Because when you live a passion-fueled and purpose-driven life, you become magnetic and irresistible light that cannot help but attract someone who matches your energy. Think about what passion really means. Passion is that electric spark that lights you up inside. It is the joy you feel when you lose yourself in something you love, the feeling that time doesn't exist because you are fully present in the moment. Maybe it's your creativity, your work, your talents, your art, your compassion, or your sense of service. Passion is whatever ignites your soul and reminds you who you really are. And when you live from that place, energized, engaged, and unapologetically, you people can feel it. They can sense that you are someone who loves your life, and that kind of energy is wildly attractive. Living a passion-fueled life is not only about chasing pleasure, it's about committing to what matters most to you. It's about investing your time in the people, the work, and the dreams that inspire you to grow. It's about choosing every morning to lean into purpose rather than drift through routine. Imagine waking up excited because you have something meaningful to contribute to the world. That feeling of fulfillment will spill into every part of your life, into your relationships, your friendships, your self-care, and your mindset. And that brings me to purpose. Purpose is deeper than passion. It is the reason behind the fire, the sense that you were created for something unique and significant. Purpose is the quiet voice inside you that whispers, "You were made for this," whenever you align with your highest self. It's the commitment to your personal growth, your service to others, and your desire to leave the world better than you found it. When you live with purpose, you stand taller. You speak with conviction. You hold yourself to a higher standard because you know your life means something. Living a purpose-driven life also helps you recognize what and who belongs in your space. When you know your purpose, you no longer chase distractions. You stop giving your attention to those who cannot appreciate your depth. You stop settling for connections that leave you feeling empty or unvalued. Instead, you naturally draw toward people who support your path, who admire your ambition, encourage your dreams, and challenge you to grow even more. And here's a beautiful truth: the person who is meant for you will recognize your light. The right partner will be captivated by your passion because it reveals your authenticity. They will admire your purpose because it gives them a glimpse into your character, your integrity, and your heart. They will want to walk alongside you not as a distraction or someone who slows you down, but as someone who adds momentum to your journey. So often, we look outward for someone to complete us. But when you live a passion-fueled, purpose-driven life, you realize that you are already complete, you are whole, you are thriving, and you are standing firmly in who you were created to be. That sense of completeness is powerful. It frees you from the fear of being alone, and it gives you the patience to wait for someone who is equally passionate and purposeful. And let me be clear, living this way is not always easy. There will be days when you feel tired, uninspired, or uncertain. There will be times when the path ahead looks daunting, and your purpose feels distant. But those are the very moments that shape you. Every challenge you face on your path to a passion-fueled life strengthens your resilience. Every obstacle reminds you how much you care. Every setback reveals the depth of your commitment. Passion is not fleeting, it is a fire that grows brighter each time you choose to fuel it with action, discipline, and heart. And that is why it is so important to stay connected to your inner compass. Surround yourself with people who inspire you. Feed your mind with ideas that spark your creativity. Care for your body and soul so you have the energy to pursue what matters most. Align your decisions, big and small, with the person you want to become. Every day is a chance to live intentionally. Every day is an opportunity to move one step closer to the life you want. When you live like this, with passion fueling your every move and purpose lighting your way, you don't need to chase love. Love will come to you naturally, drawn by the powerful, authentic light that you emit. The man of your dreams will recognize you because your passion will speak louder than any words. Your purpose will make you stand out in a world full of noise. And when that kind of connection finds you, it will feel different. It will feel like meeting someone who speaks the same soul language as you. Someone who admires the way you live your life and is inspired to grow alongside you. Together, you will create a partnership built not on neediness or convenience, but on mutual respect, shared values, and an appreciation for the passionate, purpose-driven people you both have become. So embrace your passions, step into your purpose, live a life so full of joy and meaning that you cannot help but attract someone who loves you for all that you are, someone who can't wait to live that passion-fueled, purpose-driven life right beside you. Trust God's perfect timing and divine plan. There is a deep peace that comes when you truly embrace one powerful truth. God's timing is perfect, and His plan is divine. Too often, we find ourselves restless and discouraged because life is not unfolding according to our schedules. We look at our present circumstances and we wonder, when will my prayers be answered? When will my dreams come true? When will I finally meet the one who is meant for me? In these moments of uncertainty, it's so important to remember that God's timing is not late, it is always right on time. God's plan is greater than anything we could orchestrate for ourselves. From the very moment you were born, He placed you in a story uniquely your own. Every chapter of your life, the joys and the heartaches, the breakthroughs and the delays, has been carefully woven together for a purpose. Even the seasons that feel dry and lonely are preparing you for the incredible blessings that lie ahead. Trusting His plan means understanding that God sees the big picture, while we only see a small part of the puzzle. And that is why we must lean on His wisdom and embrace patience. Patience is not simply passive waiting. Patience is an act of trust. Patience is choosing to believe that God is working behind the scenes, even when nothing looks different on the surface. Patience is lifting your hands in prayer, knowing that the seeds you have planted in faith will one day bear fruit even if you cannot see them yet. Patience is resting in the promise that when the time is right, God Himself will make it happen. When you trust God's timing, you also free yourself from the exhausting cycle of comparison. It's so easy to look around at others and feel as though they are racing ahead while you're being left behind. But God's plan for you is custom designed. It is not a one-size-fits-all blueprint. Your path will never look exactly like anyone else's because your story is uniquely His. Every twist and turn, every season of waiting, is shaping you into the person you need to become to receive all that He has for you. And this is especially true when it comes to matters of the heart. Waiting for the right person to enter your life can sometimes feel difficult. The world tells you that you need to chase, to settle, or to force connections just to avoid being alone. But if you truly believe that God loves you, that He desires the best for you, then you can wait with confidence. The right person will come into your life not as someone you had to pursue or convince, but as someone who is perfectly prepared for you. Trust that God knows exactly who is meant for you, and trust that they will come at the perfect time. While you wait, pour into yourself. Trusting God's timing is not an invitation to stand still. It is an invitation to grow. Develop your passions, deepen your relationship with Him, and embrace the process of becoming the most grounded and authentic version of yourself. Every skill you cultivate, every lesson you learn, every bit of strength you gain is a part of His plan to ready you for what lies ahead. And when it feels hard, when you grow weary of waiting, or when doubts creep into your heart, remind yourself that God's delays are never His denials. Sometimes a delay is His way of protecting you from something that isn't right for you. Other times it is His way of preparing you for something far better than you could have imagined. Even in the silences, even in the questions, His hand is at work. You can look back on your life and see that every closed door eventually led you to an open one. Every missed opportunity was an invitation to something greater. Every no you heard from the world was God whispering, "I have something better for you." Trusting His timing allows you to embrace every part of the process, the joy, the uncertainty, the waiting, because you know that God wastes nothing. And so, my encouragement to you is this: lean into faith. Trust that your Creator knows you intimately and loves you profoundly. Trust that every season of your life is meaningful, even when you cannot see the full picture. Trust that the one who created you will not overlook you, forget you, or leave you behind. Trust that what is for you cannot pass you by. When you embrace this truth, you will move through life with a light heart and a hopeful spirit. The pressure to control every outcome will fade, and in its place will grow a quiet confidence, the kind that comes from knowing you are held in the hands of a perfect, loving God. And one beautiful day, when you least expect it, you will look up and realize that all the pieces have come together. What you hoped for in the secret places of your heart will be right in front of you. And you will smile, knowing without a doubt that it was all perfectly orchestrated. The timing was never random. The plan was never flawed. It was, and always will be, divinely perfect. So be at peace. Be patient, trust His perfect timing and His divine plan. What is meant for you is already on its way, and when it arrives, it will be exactly when you need it most. Stay open to love, but never lose yourself. There is something profoundly beautiful about a heart that stays open, one that is brave enough to embrace love and all its mysteries. Yet equally powerful is a heart that knows its own strength, one that understands that true love never requires you to sacrifice who you are. So today, let's explore a vital truth. Stay open to love, but never lose yourself. Love is a glorious part of the human experience. It is connection, companionship, compassion, and joy. To close your heart off to love would be to shut yourself off from one of life's most profound gifts. But to give yourself away entirely to erase your own light so someone else's light can shine is to misunderstand what love truly is. Real, lasting love doesn't ask you to disappear. It asks you to become more of who you already are. When you stay open to love, you are telling the world, I believe there is someone out there who will appreciate my heart, my humor, my dreams, and my ambitions. You are choosing to trust that you deserve someone who celebrates you for exactly who you are. That openness is an invitation to possibility, to romance, to partnership. It is courageous because it allows you to risk being seen, to show your authentic self without fear, and yet there is a delicate balance to hold. Too often, in the desire to be loved, people give up the very things that make them who they are. They shrink their aspirations to fit into someone else's life. They stop pursuing their passions because someone didn't value them. They silence their voice because someone didn't appreciate it. That is losing yourself, and that is not what love is supposed to look like. Never trade your self-worth for someone's attention. Never dim your light to make someone feel more comfortable. A partner who truly loves you will want to see you grow, not hide. They will encourage you to follow your dreams, not convince you to give them up. They will respect your boundaries, not test them. They will admire your strength, not fear it. That is why you must stay grounded in your own identity. Love cannot complete you, it can only complement you. When you recognize that you are already whole, that your life is already meaningful, then you approach love not from a place of lack or desperation, but from a place of fullness. You come into a relationship standing firmly on your own 2 feet, which allows you to give and receive love in a healthy, balanced way. Staying true to yourself also means honoring your values. Every one of us holds beliefs and principles that shape the way we live. When you know what you stand for, whether it's integrity, compassion, honesty, creativity, or faith, you don't have to compromise those things to make someone stay. The right person will respect what matters most to you. They will appreciate that you have a moral compass guiding your life, and they will gladly walk alongside you. And this is the beauty of a partnership built on authenticity. It becomes a source of strength. When two people come together as their truest selves, they encourage one another to grow, to aim higher, and to dream bigger. Instead of losing yourself, you find yourself more deeply. Instead of shrinking, you blossom. That kind of connection is deep and enduring because it is built on honesty and mutual respect. But let me also acknowledge this: staying true to yourself is not always easy. There will be times when you feel pressure to change or conform. There will be times when your heart feels pulled in a different direction because someone's affection feels too good to risk losing. In those moments, return to yourself. Remember who you are. Recall what you deserve. Trust that the person meant for you will never ask you to sacrifice your light to make them shine. And if someone cannot accept the real you, if they cannot appreciate your passions, your goals, or your dreams, then they are not your forever person, and that is okay. Let them go. Make room for someone who will embrace all of you. Someone who will look at the things that make you unique and say, "That's exactly why I love you." When you stay open to love without losing yourself, you draw into your life a connection that is richer and deeper than anything you could have built by pretending to be someone you're not. You deserve someone who loves you for your quirks and your strengths. Someone who supports you when you soar and holds you close when you stumble. That is real love, grounded, empowering, and honest. And so I encourage you, hold your heart with gentle hands. Let it remain open and hopeful, knowing that there is a love that will meet you where you are. Be brave enough to embrace the beauty of vulnerability. Be wise enough to stand firm in your identity. Be proud of the woman or man you are becoming. Stay open to love, but never lose yourself. Trust that as you honor who you truly are, your passions, your values, your light, the right person will see you for the incredible soul you are. They will come into your life not to change you, but to love you exactly as you are, and together you will rise.